Hi, Assalamualaikum. This is Teacher Ardawiyah. Alright, for English, we're still on the same topic about experiment. Okay, so last time we learned about how plants absorb water. Okay, you can do experiment by putting food coloring in the water, and after 2 days, you can see that the food coloring has entered the stem of the celery. Okay, it goes to the leaves even. Alright, okay, so this is page 47. Now we'll go to 48. Basically, this page is about changing celery to a white flower. Okay, as you know, white flower also has stem, it also have leaves, and plus it has flower, it has the petal. All of these parts of flowers, they all need water to survive. So by doing this experiment, okay, alright, this is the same thing from last pages. Okay, alright, so talk about what you would change in the instruction if you were using a white flower and not the celery. Okay, so just basically choose a white flower, that's it. Ask a grandma, put water, and then red food dye, not blue. So you just change red here instead of blue. Drops of red dye into the jar. Okay, just basically replacing celery with white flour and blue dye with red dye. Okay, dye is coloring. Alright, moving on to the next page. Rewrite the experiment in your notebook. Alright, we're not doing this. Basically, they're all the same thing. Okay. Alright, now let's take a look at 11. Okay, answer and ask questions as quickly as you can about the experiment using a white flower. This one, it's not that... I cannot say it's not that important, but because this is important, okay? Asking question is important, but I cannot ask you because this is just a recording. We might do this in Skype later. Okay, so we just move on to the next one. Okay, remember a question needs a question mark like this. Remember we learned about speech mark. We have period, we have comma, we have a question mark, we have exclamation mark, and we have a speech mark. Okay. Alright, so even when you ask a question, you need to use a question mark in your voice. Okay, for example, if I want to choose when, okay, I'm going to choose when. For example, I will ask you, when do we put the blue dye? Okay, is there any difference when you say when will you put the blue dye? And when will you put the blue dye? Okay, is there any difference? Yes, there is. If you put the question mark, it will make different tone, okay, different sound, different way of saying it. Okay, that's how a question can be made. Alright, begin a list of other things that begin with the letter WH. WH, okay, so these are all WH, 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 except this one. It's H first and then W. So questions are for WH and how. For WH and how. Okay, so that's how you remember the 5 question word. Okay, so what you can do today is list down letters that starts with WH. Okay, we have here a whale. Okay, we have here a whale, a wheel, and a whistle. Okay, they all start with WH. How about you do 5 more words that start with WH that is not here in the page. Okay, I want you to write down in the English practice book, your pink sticker book. Okay, can you do that? Alright, okay, now let's take a look at next one. Read each question, say each answer, and then write it. What is this? This is a blue dye. How much do you cut off the bottom? Alright, this one I want you to do in the English practice book. We're gonna stop until here. B. Okay, on Skype later we can continue to 12 here. Okay, Alright. Okay, now let's stop the recording here. Okay, and also I want you also to do this one. Okay, page 28, English activity book, page 28. Okay, use this chart to ask friends or family about this experiment. See, this is the white flower that I talked about. So you can ask 3 person in your family, like here you want to write mommy, daddy, or sister. Okay, you explain the experiment to them. Okay, what does it do? What do you get from the experiment? What will you learn from the experiment? Okay, and then you ask them what's gonna happen in these boxes. For example, this one, yellow dye in water. This will be yellow water. This will be red water. You ask your mommy, number 1 is mommy. You ask your mommy, what will happen if you put a yellow water in here and then you put the white flower inside, okay, into the glass jar? Okay, what will happen? Then your mommy will say the color will change to yellow, the petals will change to yellow, and then you write down the answer there. Okay, and you ask daddy next, and then you ask sister next, and then you ask them the red dye. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, do you think they are right or wrong? Okay, alright, take right if right and write across if wrong. Okay, you know how these experiments work. You check by yourself. Okay, alright, okay, I'll see you again on Friday for Skype, and thank you for listening. Bye.